hello there.
Hi.
Hello.
How are we doing, everyone?
I'm all right. How are you,
All
buddy?
good, thanks.
I'm good. I just want to just check something because last week we had some issues with the audio. So just give me 1 second, guys. Emma, could you just introduce the show for a second and let everybody know what we're going to be talking about today?
Oh, this is just Steve's running on the assumption that I was paying any attention when he speaks. Isn't he asking me to do this? So we've got a gig at the Gifford on Friday. So we're going to have a little chat about gigs and gigging, and how we find gigging, the pitfalls of gigging sometimes, as we found out this week.
I'm still getting some crackle for some reason on my microphone, so apologies for that. So I'm going to try and speak as little as possible on this one.
Oh, don't make me speak.
Well, the idea behind this podcast, quite simply, is we've got some updates we want to give you regarding the gig on Friday, and as well as the gig on Friday, we've also got an update on our music. So, Matt, why don't you tell everybody what's happened today that's special in the world of the Westlands? Yeah.
Well, at midnight, what was it, last night, we had our new single released, which is I Call Trouble. You can stream it on all platforms, and it's probably one of our best ones so far, I think. Yeah, it'll be really good.
I think so.
Hi, Nula.
Oh, let me get the comments up in the comment section. Yeah, we got a hi.
Hi.
There you go.
Hello.
Oh, I can hear a delay. Someone's phone on.
Yeah, sorry, I was just testing something. Right, it ain't as bad as it was last week. Right, we can crack on with this podcast. Sorry, it is what it is, people. We're working with technology. We're all in different houses, different parts of the world. It is what it is. So, if you've got any questions during this podcast, or you want to say anything, please feel free. We'll highlight your comments as long as they're broadcastable. But yeah, I agree, Matt. I think that I Like Trouble is easily our best song, I think, personally. It's the one I enjoy the most, anyway.
Yeah.
And my little one likes this one the best.
Yeah, I enjoy playing it the most. I don't know if that's because I've got a lot less singing to do, but I definitely enjoy playing it.
Probably. There you go. She's cheating the system. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to change my banner at the bottom. Oh, look at that.
There it is.
Oh, look at us getting all pro and everything. I'll tell you one thing I was asked before, and I watched a really interesting podcast with someone else sort of explaining, the songwriting process, which we kind of went through a little bit this week. But we seem to write, as you will tell with this song and some other songs that we've got coming, we seem to write a lot of songs about naughty girls. Or heartbreakers at that.
Been there.
It's Emma's fault. She's the one who keeps writing most of the What did you say, Emma? If you had an album, what you said you was going to call it before? People I knew that pissed me off, or something like that.
Oh, something like that, yeah. I'm sure the name I told you is definitely not broadcastable.
Yeah, it's true though. That's what most albums are made of, aren't they? Yeah. So I Like Trouble came out at midnight last night. I can see that guys have already been streaming it. You might know we've gone a bit wild on TikTok this week. So thanks everybody that's followed us over on TikTok. If you're not following us, go and do it. We've shot up to like 1,500 followers like real fast on TikTok, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff live on there going forward. So look out for little shows and things that we're going to be putting on specifically over on our TikTok page. We need to update Matt on what TikTok is.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a TikTok version. I just got TikTok yesterday.
He sounds like a robot now, but you literally just got TikTok yesterday. Yeah, so we're introducing Matt to TikTok. So we've got the new single that is out. So thanks everybody who's already checked that out. If you haven't, there'll be links all over the shop when I've finished with this post where you can go and stream it. We've also got a show on Friday where we was meant to be the supporting act for a band called The Bad Day. We mentioned it on last week's podcast. We were getting all excited about it. We've been trying our best to sell some tickets, get you guys to come and watch. And oh man, it's been a bit of a nightmare. So one of the opening acts dropped out. because originally I think we was meant to be the opening act, so we moved up to main support. And now the band that was travelling up from London, they have also dropped out. So now it was, well, as of yesterday, it was a toss-up, wasn't it? It was either do we cancel the show or do we try and get this to go ahead? Now we've got some people, we ain't got tons of people coming, but we've got plenty, I think, that really wanted to come and see us. So we've decided to go ahead. And now we've got to not only do a longer set than we originally planned, but we've also, me and Emma now, have also got to come up with almost like a short acoustic set before. So how are you feeling about that, Emma?
Oh, I'm not panicking in the slightest.
Oh, Caleb's back.
Hi, Caleb. I'm going to have to get the old songbook, brush the dust off it, and have a look at how I play songs that I released during lockdown.
Yeah, you had a couple of good songs though that came out during that lockdown period and got onto BBC Radio.
They did, so I'm going to have to, have a look at the chords because I can't. I don't even think I've ever played them live.
No, I don't think you have.
So that would be a no stress situation on Friday night.
Well, at least you know the majority of the people that are coming to see us now.
Yeah,
so
true.
They might be a bit more patient than someone else's crowd would be.
So my mummy and daddy are coming on Friday.
Wow.
I know, I'm quite nervous about that actually. My mummy and daddy came to see me in the second gig that I ever did. And the other band, I think my mum nicely puts it going, it's not for her. So she's got high hopes for this one.
Uh-oh.
I know, no pressure, guys. No pressure, everyone.
Oh, dear. So your mum and dad not been down to watch much of Cancel tomorrow, or
no
heavy metal not their scene? No,
not my mum's scene. I think dad liked it back in the day, but not mum's scene. It's fair to say.
What about you, Matt? Are you from a musical family? Do you have many musical memories?
Oh, Matt's exploded.
Oh, he's gone into doing his posing again. Oh, he's back. Yeah, Matt. We were just saying. I said, do you have much of a musical family? Do people in your family enjoy music? Oh, he's off. He's gone. Okay, he can't hear me. I don't think he can hear me. Matt, let me know if you can hear us. You're currently muted at the moment, buddy. You need to turn I think your microphone's died. Anyway, whilst Matt's trying to work out his technology and looking confused at the screen. What we was gonna talk about today is because for Matt, it's his first ever gig in a band on Friday.
You never forget your first.
And it's turned into a headline show, effectively.
Yeah.
poor Matt. Yeah. I actually think it might be Jordan's first gig as well. Live. So, yeah. I don't think. Look, Jordan's played live before. I know he's done some like studio stuff. I'm not sure. We need to ask him that and get him on. But we know from Matt for certain. Matt did an acoustic show with us, where we did an open mic night at the Feathers Inn in Lichfield. But barring that, Matt, you've never played on stage before. Is he going to hear us?
Nah, you look at him. He's frozen.
He's gone again. Right, I'm just going to... there you go. Yeah, we'll get him back in a minute. We'll work him out in a minute. So, so it's the first gig for Matt. So that got us thinking, like, do you remember your first ever gig?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
And do you want to tell everybody what the name of your first band was?
Right, so let's go back into the eons of history. I never used to sing as a kid. I always wanted to play the guitar, and my parents were always fairly convinced that I was going to be crap at music, that I was never going to be able to sing or play the guitar. And so I went to uni and picked up my mate's guitar there. And when I came back between my first and second year, I told my mum and dad that I've been, tinkering around on the guitar and I'd really like to get one. And my dad took me to a music shop in Lichfield, and I got a guitar. I've actually got it hanging on the wall. It's not brilliant, but I love it. It's my first guitar. And so then I started playing the guitar a bit and singing a bit, but never ever thought that I'd do it in public. Ever, never in a million years. It was a New Year's resolution for about 6 years, was to go and do an open mic night and actually try and sing in front of people. Oh, he's back.
Look, me and technology, I don't know what's going on.
I hate to say it, but I do feel as though internet connections have almost gone back to the early 90s again. Like mine seems to be getting worse.
I'm sitting right by my router.
I tell you, so what was the? Did you say the name of the band then, Emma? Sorry, I couldn't quite hear what.
I'm getting.
You get into that, aren't you? Yeah, you get into that.
Building the backstory, Steve.
Oh, okay. Go on.
I didn't sing in public until I was in my early 20s, because I sang in
Wow,
front of
okay.
Ned, who said, "Oh, you've got a nice voice. You should try singing." And I met the guys from Cancel Tomorrow through a friend of a friend. But before I met them, I went on to, I think was it Find My Band or something, and found some guys in Redditch,
The usual place,
who were looking for a singer. So I went over to Top Banana Studios in Redditch, and
Matt has probably got one of these now with his cup of tea.
sang a little song, sang Red Hot Chili Peppers Under the Bridge, which was not a song I could sing very well. And they were like, yeah, you're a great singer. Do you want to be in the band? I went, yeah, wicked. What's the band name? Just out of interest. And they went, oh, it's called Soggy Biscuit. So that was the name of my first band.
Matt disapproved of that name and buggered off straight away there, look.
So yeah, my first ever band was called Soggy Biscuit.
Soggy Biscuit? What a great name for a band. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, were they like death metal as well or something? No,
it wasn't death metal. It was metal, but it wasn't death metal. But yeah,
Soggy Biscuit. What a great name for a band. That is awesome.
What about you? What's your first band called?
My first band, it wasn't my first time performing. I did stuff at school. I was a solo artist for a little bit on my own, or tried to be. I released a really embarrassing song that is still on the internet somewhere, and I swear to God, I've done my best to hide it. I think it's gone from the internet. Oh God, I can't even remember. It might come back to me in a minute. Okay, it'll come back to me in a minute, but it was awful. It was pop. I was listening to it like Justin Timberlake at the time.
Oh, I want to hear this so badly now.
So then, I started a band called, actually it was a covers band first. I was in a covers band, and the covers band was literally meant to be for my uncle Spencer. Basically, had always dreamed of playing in a band. It was like a life goal, and he just wanted to do it once. I think that was the idea. So he learned to set with a group of friends, and then they were going to play a show at the Feathers during one of the World Cups. So the pub was rammed. About a week or two before the gig, the singer got really ill with his throat, whatever, and then eventually dropped out of the band right before it happened. He knew that I sang and said, "Would you mind learning this set?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah." Well, I didn't realise at this point they were doing like a full show. I'll learn a few songs and come and sing with you. 30 songs in 5 days.
Wow.
And I learnt them all. I learnt everyone. I had to have the words for a couple on stage, and that was it. But other than that, I learnt nearly everyone. And I was bricking it. Place was full. Absolutely rammed. And then shortly after that, I was in my first originals band. And I ended up actually being in my uncle's band for about 2 years, doing cover gigs. But then I started an originals band called Run This Town.
That's a nice name. It's no Soggy Biscuit, but it's a nice name.
It was actually named after a Rihanna song. Run This Town. I don't know why. We just couldn't pick a name. We were struggling, and then it came up. Oh, here's Matt again. He just keeps popping back periodically. Oh no, he ain't. He's gone again. We had a band called Run This Town. We did like one show in some shoddy little bar somewhere. We did our own songs, And then we did the next show was literally in front of about 5,000 people. We did the Christmas lights turn on in Cannock.
Oh, nice.
And it was on the pavilion thing in the middle of the town. And we thought, oh God, this is going to be scary. There's going to be like a few hundred people here. It was full. The whole town literally rammed. It was freezing. I remember the lad to the left of me was so cold, he could barely even play his guitar because the guitars constantly kept going out of tune.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was awful. I mean, we got a good reception. We did a metal version of a Lady Gaga song, Poker Face, I think it was.
Nice.
So that gives you an idea of the time frame we're talking about.
I still want to hear more about the Steve Nunn pop career.
It lasted one song.
Oh,
Yeah. Although there are songs actually on Spotify that I've released where I deliberately changed my voice so people wouldn't know it was me, and I released it under a pseudonym, so a different name.
Yeah.
So I've done that, and that kind of worked out quite cool. I enjoyed
Are you
that.
actually Justin Bieber?
Well, can you tell?
Yeah.
This is just a mask. But yeah, so yeah, that was my first ever band. But I feel, so like with Matt, obviously never having done anything like this before, it does make you realise, I think, when you get up on stage, just how much of a nerve-wracking situation it is that you're putting yourself into. Because if you think about it, really, you're literally optionally putting yourself out there for criticism.
Yeah. And everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's
Simon Cowell nowadays as well, aren't they? So this is the first band where I've actually, obviously with us starting this as a duo originally, this is the first thing I've ever done where I get on stage and I just, there's nothing, there's no nerves at all. I just can't wait to get on. Like I said, even last week when we did that other show the other week at the Gifford, and we just totally winged a couple of songs, and we just seem to have that synergy. I've never had that in a band before.
There is definitely that. I feel like I know how you're gonna sing something before you sing it, so that I can harmonise with it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that way. We would like to know your first band stories if you have one. If you've ever been in a band. Right. So some more updates quickly. Obviously, we've got the new single out, I Like Trouble. We really need people to go and blow that up for us. So we need you to be heading over to Spotify or wherever it is you stream your music and go get it. Listen to it, stream it, do what you can. It really helps us out. It's completely free for you, the end user. So, it doesn't cost a penny. We're writing loads more stuff. If you follow us over on TikTok, what we're actually doing now is we're allowing you in a little bit more. So what we're doing is I've been doing the last couple of days some live streams on there where I'm showing you the whole process behind me writing the music, or the demos at least. And then obviously the next stage will be me and Emma getting together and actually getting lyrics, ideas and putting them down and then maybe recording it. From now on, we're going to be doing all of that live. So you'll get to see how a song gets recorded, how we write the lyrics, how we do
we scrub the rubbish lyrics that we sometimes write.
Yeah, Emma with a pencil and rubber.
Proper school teacher. It's so upsetting that I use a pencil and a paper.
You just use a computer. You just press delete. It's I don't know. No. But so we write the songs. We're going to let you in on that entire process. And so far, it's been really popular. Like literally, I did one. It was only the second one I've ever done. I had like 8,000 likes on that one we did yesterday. Yeah. So head over to TikTok for some exclusive behind the scenes content. That's where all the good stuff's going to go. So if you're not on our TikTok, you don't follow us on there, make sure you head over there because I think it's quite cool. And do you know what else I'm looking forward to? Like yesterday, I was recording a song and someone watching was literally like, oh, I think this would sound good here. And then they even came up with a suggestion as to what the song might be about.
Huh, that's nice.
And I thought it was cool. I wrote it down. and we might end up writing a song based on your suggestions. So how cool is that? I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Get the fans to come in, have a go at helping us out, give us some input into the writing. I think that's a cool thing to do, and I'd really enjoy to see where that's going to go in the future.
Yeah.
Emma has now got access to the TikTok as well, so we'll be seeing more of your mush on there soon.
So I apologise for every mispress of a button, half a video.
You were all right with technology, really.
A photo of my foot.
We wanted to interview Matt in this interview in here because we wanted to talk to him about obviously this being his first experience with the band.
But it's not his first experience on stage.
Oh no, it's not. Should we should we dig some pictures and start posting them all over the page? We might sell some more tickets. You never know.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Matt used to stand on stage quite a bit.
Wearing what? What did he used to wear?
It was Budgie Smugglers.
That's
I
it.
think
yeah,
they're
yeah.
called.
I think that's what they're called. Yeah.
Budgie Smugglers. He used to wear little tight red panties.
Spray painted, head to
It
toe
was
in gold.
He was a bodybuilder, not a flasher. Yeah. So he wasn't just turning up to shows, just going "Wah!" and then legging it. Oh man. So we're going to be putting out a lot more content. There's going to be loads and loads and loads of stuff coming out. The idea of this one was to interview Matt, but his technology is having some kind of mental breakdown. He keeps trying to get back on, but it's not working. So what we'll do, because we ain't going to chat forever, but what I want to say is just Friday is a big deal now because I've been let down by a couple of people not being able to make it. So if you are available and you can come down, I think they've reduced the ticket price as well now. It's like down to £8. It's like £8 on the door, I think. So if you can come down, we've got tickets here, but obviously we've only had the tickets like a week ourselves. We've not had a chance to get round everyone. I've put names on most of the tickets that people have asked me to do, but we are going to need more of you to come down. So if we can get a few more people in, that would be most awesome. So we're playing at Gifford Arms, Wolverhampton. We might even stream a bit of it.
Oh, yeah, I'll try and do that. I will try
Maybe
and set up the technology so we can live stream some of it.
Again, if you're not going to make it, TikTok, that's where you'll find it. TikTok. I should have called it TikTok. Do you know TikTok wasn't it a music app before?
I have no idea.
It was. I'm sure it was called. I forget the bloody name now. It was a music app. It was basically where people went on to like sing.
Was it like Periscope? That was what it was, and like the
something like that. But it was called Music Fight. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what it was called, but it was called something else first before it was TikTok. It got bought out. But I find I'm just starting to get my head around the whole of the social media game now, and we get in there, I think, with it. But it's changed the landscape. See, what you guys, if you're watching this and you're like a supporter of music, I still don't know how many people realise how little a band make from streaming. Like, they see all these big numbers. Like, I had, when I was doing my solo stuff, I had a period where I had a year, and I think I had 1.23 million streams across all my platforms. That was when I was hitting it consistently all the time, and it was in the earlier days as well. And I earned about, I think in total, I earned about $4,000 from that 1.2 million streams. But I must have spent $2,000 promoting the songs.
Yeah.
So there's $2,000. So that gives me $2,000. And then I actually paid a producer back then to produce the tracks for me. So that's another grand gone. So then I've got $1,000 left. And then that's it. So 1.2 million streams, I was left with £1,000 for like a year's worth of streams.
Unless you're a massive band, it's not really a lucrative business. The amount of money that goes into booking rehearsal studios, buying gear, getting to gigs, even things like paying for parking.
Oh, it's a joke.
When you start to add it up, really, we're all in a deficit.
Well, if you think about it now, I mean, Jordan, one of the band members in our band, he has to pay the toll for the congestion charge.
Yeah.
He has to pay £8 every time he goes into Birmingham. then he has to pay £3.50 parking, then he has to pay for the actual rehearsal session itself, and you top that up, and then with the only industry in the world where you're expected to create a product, spend literally thousands on the end result, and then give it away
Yeah.
for free
Yeah.
because no one wants to pay for it. People say that they love music, but do they? That's one of the things that kind of. I mean, I make music because I love doing it anyway. So making money or not making money, I'd always do it anyway.
Yeah.
But the fact that you put so much effort into something and the return is just nothing. It's not even a little. It's just nothing.
Unless you're touring, unless you're selling merch, loads and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of pounds worth of merch at gigs, I kind see it's a lucrative business in the slightest.
No. And the other thing as well is with touring now, one of the things that's putting a lot of bands off touring is some of the bigger venues, especially. I know the bigger venues do this, but you travel around the country. Now, I get it, right? You got to try and sell tickets, and every band should be out there trying to sell tickets and grow their following. But you've got to sell tickets to an event in a town where you're not from.
Yeah.
It's never been I've never known that in all the years I've gigged. I've never known that be particularly successful.
Can't we? Council Tomorrow was offered a gig, set of gigs in London from a London promoter, but it was pay to play. It was if you pay £500 up front, we'll promote all the tickets for you. We'll make sure you play to a packed audience. You think, well, hang on, who's got £500 per gig to front up, assuming you're going to be able to fill the room?
This is where
pay to play. It's not right.
No, it's ridiculous, and this is what's actually forcing more artists now. So you used to be able to get away with releasing a song, giving it 3 or 4 months on the platforms, iTunes, where people would buy the songs, so download them.
Yeah.
And then you would bring out another one. Now, because of the way the algorithms work on like Spotify and all the rest of it, now you've got to release a song after a song after a song after a song, and then another piece of content, then some more content, then this, and then that. It's like you become a full-blown media marketing company when you start a band now. You can't just be a band anymore. You've got to do like about 40 billion other things, which is frustrating because we want to concentrate on just writing music. And even if you sign to a record label now, that means nothing either because they don't want to spend any money. They want you to do everything, and then they just put you on their platform. Okay, they might be able to get you on tours and radio and stuff like that. But the majority of the hard work now, they're expecting you to do yourself. So it is hard. So any opportunity you can get out to see a band live, buy a little bit of their merch, anything like that. I've just had a message from Matt, sorry. Nah, this is effing pissed off, man. I'm supposed to be on a super fast fiber optic broadband. Don't know why it's not working. Yeah, there you go. That's just
I
the
think
internet.
we've even found as a band trying to get gigs is quite hard because promoters want to look at how many likes have you got, how many follows have you got, how many posts do you put out. Are you worth the risk of booking for nobody to turn up to see you and play?
But it means nothing though if you think about it, because like we're trying to grow our local following first. But online, the majority of our fans are from the United States, Canada, Australia, and Germany.
Yeah.
So we're probably more likely to sell tickets in America right now than we are in Leeds.
Let's go.
Let's go. Jump on the first plane.
Yes.
But you know what I mean? It's frustrating. However, right, this is where you have to start thinking outside the box. And I think other bands should start thinking about doing this as well. We have a plan because we write so often. We're in a fortunate position where we're going to be putting music out all the time. Loads of music coming. But one of the things we're going to be doing a bit later in the year is a showcase with a lot of our label. The guy run a record label, and Emma now does that with me. We work with other artists. We're going to get those artists, and we're going to put on a show. The show is going to be an in-person show, so it's going to be on a live stage and everything. But this show is also going to be broadcast live as a pay-per-view event. It's going to be cheap, but how do you think... I'll tell you a little story about something I did for someone else in a bit, but how do you think that bands going down, learning the technology to do that sort of thing, do you think if bands started doing that, instead of going live, because there's people doing it already. I'll tell you that now. So here's the option, and here we go. So I'm calling out venues now and promoters, because a lot of problem with a lot of promoters, not all, because we know some good ones, and like the one we're working with on Friday. A lot of promoters don't do any promoting.
Yeah.
They give the tickets to the bands, and then the bands have to sell the tickets. And there's almost no promotion, no marketing spend on actually promoting that event done at all.
A free Facebook page is made, which is emailed out and said, right, share this as much as you can.
Exactly. So what would happen, right? There's two things that are going to happen, right? Either venues, in my opinion, if I owned a venue, right? If I owned a venue, no gig for an unsigned band would be a paid event.
I agree. I've said this for years.
No gig would be a paid event. Every single gig, Friday night, Saturday night, whatever, unless I had a big band on that definitely could sell a shed load of tickets or were worth having on a paid show, every single one would be free on the door or a nominal £1 or £2 donation or something, and that money goes to the band.
Yeah.
Right? Because if they did that, there is a venue I know that do this, and their venue is full all the time. Now, the venue put this on themselves. Every single gig that goes through their door is completely free. Therefore, people turn up and there's no risk. They don't even need to know what band's on. They just rock up. They go, we know there's going to be bands on tonight. Let's see what's on. They go in. If they like it, they stick around. If they don't like it, they walk out. Right?
Yeah.
But the fact is, their place is always full. They have a respectful crowd. And people spend a fortune behind the bar.
Yeah.
And then they pay the bands a small fee, not much, but it's better than nothing because most places don't ever pay bands.
Yeah.
They pay a small fee to the artists when they leave, even if it just covers their fuel.
Because most
they've made the money.
Most bands want to play to a full room. The amount of times we've always said we'd rather pay to a full room and not make a penny than pay to 5 people and get a quid back at the end of it.
Musicians are used to making no money, so that it doesn't bother us. So I'm quite happy to play to a full room and not get paid, but then potentially off the back of that gig, gain new followers, sell some merch, because that's how we end up making our money, is by selling merchandise. Now, here's the other thing that's going to happen if venues don't go down that route. Because if you think about it now, I mean, money's tight.
Yeah.
Right, money's really tight. So if they want to charge a tenner, 12 quid, 14 quid for unknown bands, when you can go and see, like we went and watched Brothers Osborne, who are one of the best country bands in the world, and it was £25 to go and watch them.
Yeah.
It was 23 quid.
Yeah.
Right? So only £8 or £9 more than it is to go and see a completely unknown band, right? That you have no idea if they're going to be any good or not. So I did because I do live broadcasting and streaming. I did a gig, a pay-per-view event for a rapper who was dropping an album, right? He had a reasonably good online following. He sent an email out and messages out on Facebook and everywhere, his advert. He said to me he spent about £250 email marketing campaign and Facebook social media campaign, Instagram and all the rest of it. He spent about 250 quid promoting this gig. And what he did was he booked out a room in a rehearsal room, a biggish rehearsal room, got about 20 people in the room, intimate crowd, VIP tickets. And then the whole thing was broadcast onto a pay-per-view event where he charged £2.99.
Yeah.
3 quid, nothing. People were able to watch the first 5 minutes for free. If they liked it, they had to pay to continue to watch the rest of the show. Do you want to guess how much he made?
I wouldn't have a clue. Not a clue, mate.
In one show, he did 15 grand. He sold in pre-sale tickets. So before it went live, he was already selling tickets. And I think he said he sold about £9,000 worth of tickets. Because it's 3 quid.
Yeah.
I've got 3,000 followers on my page, on my other page. We've got the band's page. We've got your page. We've got 5 members in the band. If we all sold 10 tickets each at 3 quid,
Yeah.
right? You're talking 500, we've got like 50 people watching at £3. Well, that's worth doing
Yeah.
anyway. Name me a gig anywhere in the country where they're going to pay you £150 to £200 to come and perform original 40-minute set.
Well, that's it. It's originals, isn't it? That's the problem we find, is most people want covers bands. If they're prepared to fork out money for a band to go and play at a pub, they want
Maybe
covers bands. They don't want originals.
Covers bands aren't always good.
Yeah.
But I think that's the future. And I know it's something that we're going to try. We'd like to know from people following us whether they think it's a good idea. I'm going to pull this little excerpt of this interview out and put it onto our other socials to see what people think, because we're going to be releasing new songs so quickly that we're going to be able to do one of these live shows once maybe every 3 months.
Yeah.
And if we can do one of them once every 3 months and get a little bit of money back so we can go and record the next lot of songs for you guys, our followers, then everyone wins in that situation. We win because we get to keep doing what we love doing. The fans get to keep listening to the music that they enjoy, and we get to keep putting out content for them.
Yeah.
I think all artists need to jump on this, because then I think that would make all the venues totally rethink their business model.
Yeah.
Hey, something's got to change.
Yeah.
It's just happening all the time. I was meant to go and see a band a couple of weeks ago, and their gig got called off because 2 bands pulled on it last minute, and they pulled because no one was going.
Venues all over the country are complaining that they're having to shut down, that live music is dying, live music's not going to be a thing for in 10 years' time.
And they want to charge £20 to get in.
Yeah, to come and see an unknown band.
It doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't really make much sense. But we've really, really been working hard trying to sell our tickets. And I think that does also play into it a little bit. I think sometimes bands don't. There you go. The only difference is now is that is there. It's us. This has been reduced now.
Plus support from Steve Nunn and Emma Jane Norman.
Yes, we're supporting our own band. So,
and I'm not at all nervous about it.
I'm all right about that bit. I don't mind. I've done my songs a million times before, so I'm feeling okay. I'll just kick back and relax and watch you sweat.
Sweat it out.
But yeah, so gig on Friday. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. But I do think that stuff needs to change. Music's just messed up at the moment. I know that even the government tried to get involved in it not long ago, and they were like, they wanted to get involved in like trying to get us paid. See, here's the dilemma though, is before, if you wanted to get your music out to the world, you had to get your CDs pressed. You had to buy CDs in advance, and then you had to put it out, and then the only people that would ever hear your music were the people that you played to.
Yeah.
Now you've got the online world. Obviously, you make no money anymore, but thousands of people from all over the world get to listen to your music.
Yeah.
So it's like a bit of we've got to find like a happy medium somewhere. Yeah. But I'm surprised at the amount of people that are willing to pay though online to watch stuff.
Well, because it's hard. Like you said, it's expensive, isn't it? It's hard to go out. People post-COVID, people don't want to leave their houses. They're still nervous about going out into big groups.
Yeah.
I was out with some mates on Friday night in a club and just looked around thinking, God, a year ago this was unheard of. It was all table service.
Yeah.
The people are still nervous about standing shoulder to shoulder with a stranger at a live music venue. They'd rather pay £3 and sit in their own sofa in the comfort of their own house, knowing they're safe, and watch some music for half an hour, 40 minutes.
Well, but you've only got to look at the way football's developing. So, like, if you're not a football fan and you don't know, but you've only got to look at the way the European football tournaments now are being done. The Champions League was live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, how? I mean, like, it's a free. So we've gone from having to pay for Sky Sports, BT Sports, and all the rest of it, and then it ends up live on YouTube. These social media platforms are taking over everything, and it's like you've either got to learn as an artist how to use that or just die.
Yeah.
Basically, because that's it. You've got no other way of doing it. But that just proves, though, that the live streaming methods do work. There's got to be some commercial value, otherwise there's no way they'd be doing it. So, Yeah,
We'll make sure that Matt's wearing some tiny pants if people want to come down to the gig on Friday.
Yeah, if that sells some more tickets, whatever, I'll put some tiny pants on too.
I won't.
No,
I think
no.
it's best if I don't.
Where's my photo of my cowboy hat? Where did you post that?
I'll post that now.
Can you get it up on the show us on the screen?
I will. Hang on just a second.
Who thinks I should wear this? We're gonna wrap this up in a sec.
Where are you? I'm going to put that to the camera. Look at him, if I can remember the village people. I think he should wear that for the gig. I'll post it now. Have a look. Should he or should he not wear the hat on this Friday night?
Who gave you that hat?
Ange that I work with.
Oh, is that the lady who was commenting on the post last week?
Yeah, she's a very good girl.
He said Matt has just messaged us saying that he's got some gold pants.
Oh, brilliant!
Awesome, with some Cuban heels. I reckon that'd be a nice look.
Yeah, I think he could wear some Cubans and tiny pants.
Oh, no, you're not going to see. They're not going to see his gold pants, are you? Because he's going to have his guitar in the way.
Then why does he need to wear pants at all?
That's the question. There you go, Matt.
We'll set up another vote to pants or not to pants, Matt.
We've just hang on a minute. I've just had 4 messages for people asking for refunds on the tickets now. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't go down that route.
Okay, not yet.
Maybe we don't go down that route.
Get harder.
Right, that's our weekly catch up and chat. Then you know what the hell's going on with us. We went off on a little bit of a tangent, started talking about gigs and venues and stuff. But it is annoying. It is something that we need to start discussing as artists. I'm going to get an artist on actually next week. And obviously, like we said before, we're going to start interviewing other artists and getting them on the show with us. Well, I call it a show. I mean, it's not really like
jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Oh, can we just take a moment to see this? Can you see that? The ring?
Oh yeah.
Emma's got the same one.
Our purity rings.
Yeah. These almost like a band sponsor at the moment. These are made by Taurus Rings. Check them out on Instagram. They make custom rings. So if you're a rocker, you can have something that looks rocky and edgy. If you want something that looks elegant and nice, they do that also. And they've just started making a bunch of other stuff as well. I know he's just made a really cool table out of an old whiskey barrel. We've engraved the words petrol head and an engine in it. Looks sick. Yeah, looks really cool. But that's it, guys. We're going to wrap up now. We will catch you again soon. We'll keep doing these little weekly updates to let you know what we've got going on. We're going to be working on the next couple of songs real soon.
Yep.
So until then, on to Friday.
See you Friday.
Guys. Yeah, we'll be doing another vlog. Also, guys, go and check out the YouTube channel because we've got with long form videos up on YouTube of obviously vlogging like behind the scenes and everything of all the stuff that we do. So go and subscribe to that as well. I know we're asking you to subscribe to a lot of different things. Just go to whichever one's your favourite. It's all going to be there.
Yeah.
Dicky Duck. It's my favourite at the moment. Right, I'm going. I'll see you later. Well done. See you in a bit. Bye-bye, people.
Bye.